What's up guys, tonight we're making a tasty date night meal. A creamy risotto paired with a perfectly seared steak and a rich pan sauce. It's simple, elegant, and guaranteed to impress. Let's get started. We're going to start by mincing a shallot. After cutting it in half, make long cuts into the flesh without cutting into the root. Then we're going to slice the shallot against the cuts we made to get a quick mince. Nobody wants big chunks of shallots or onions in their risotto, so we're going to run our knife through the shallots one more time to make sure everything is properly minced. Then we're going to follow the same process with half an onion and a clove of garlic. With our veggies prepped, in a large nonstick pan, we're going to heat 2 tablespoons of olive oil over medium heat. Toss in the shallots, onions, and garlic, and we're going to let these cook until they become fragrant and slightly translucent. This is known as sweating the ingredients. By gently cooking, we're softening the ingredients while waking up their natural oils, enhancing their aroma and deepening the flavor of the overall dish. Season the veggies with a good pinch of salt and fresh black pepper, and then we're going to add 1.5 cups of Arborio rice and toast it in the pan. Toasting the rice deepens its flavor and keeps the grains distinct from each other, resulting in a better risotto texture. Once toasted, deglaze the pan with 1/2 cup of dry white wine. Let the wine reduce until it's almost fully absorbed by the rice. Then we're going to slowly add warm stock 1 ladle at a time until the rice is fully submerged. Continuously stir and let the rice absorb the liquid before adding more. The more we stir, the more starch is released, creating a creamy risotto and also preventing the bottom of the pan from burning. We're going to continue this process until the risotto is creamy and the rice is tender. Turn off the heat and stir in 1/2 cup of freshly grated Parmesan cheese. Once the cheese is fully incorporated, we're going to finish the risotto by swirling in 4 tablespoons of butter. We don't want to add the cheese and the butter when the risotto is simmering, or else the fat in both ingredients will split, causing the risotto to become greasy. Give the risotto a taste, and if you're happy with it, set it aside while we move on to the steak. Here I have a New York strip about 3/4 of an inch thick, and we're going to season generously on both sides with salt and pepper. In a hot cast iron with 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, place the steak facing away from you, so if the oil splashes, it does so in the opposite direction. Gently press the steak into the pan to ensure even contact with the bottom of the pan. We're going to sear the steak for about a minute or 2 or until a crust forms. Once a nice crust is developed on the bottom, give the steak a flip and lower the heat to medium-low. Add 4 tablespoons of butter, a smashed clove of garlic, and a sprig of thyme to a corner of the pan. Lift and tilt the pan towards you and use a spoon to baste the steak with the infused butter. The butter should be foamy while you baste the steak. If the butter stops foaming, add another tablespoon of cold butter and continue to baste. This is preventing the butter from burning while you cook the steak. Keep basting for about 2 minutes and then temp the steak using a thermometer to ensure it's at your preferred doneness. I'll have all the steak doneness temps in the recipe below, but be careful because the steaks will cook fast using this method. Once they're cooked, we're going to let it rest for about 5 minutes. While the steak rests, remove the excess oil from the pan but keep the flavorful brown bits inside. Add 1 minced shallot to the pan and we're going to cook it until it becomes slightly translucent. They'll get a little caramelized due to the moisture in the shallots lifting up the brown bits left in the pan. At this point, add 1/2 cup of red wine to deglaze the pan. I like to use Pinot Noir, but any red table wine you have lying around will do. Use a wooden spoon to scrape up all those brown bits and let the wine reduce by about 3/4. This eliminates the alcohol and concentrates the wine's flavor. Then we're going to add a 1/4 cup of beef stock and let that reduce by half. Now we're going to turn off the heat and stir in 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard for some tang, followed by 2 tablespoons of cold butter to finish off the sauce. Give it a taste and adjust seasoning if it's needed. Here I just wanted to add some black pepper and it's ready to go. Now that our steak has had some time to rest, we're going to slice it at a slight angle to make it appear larger than it is. This is just a neat little restaurant trick for better presentation later on. The risotto will dry up as it sits on the stove top, so we're going to stir in a little warm stock to refresh it before we go to serve it. With our components ready, it's time to plate. To add some color, I added a tablespoon of minced parsley to the risotto, and now we're going to spoon it right onto the plate. Make a little well in the middle of the risotto so that the steak sauce has somewhere to go. Then shingle the steak slices over the rice and drizzle that red wine pan sauce right over top. Lastly, garnish with that thyme that was fried in the butter earlier. And there it is, a simple yet impressive date night meal. Let's give it a try. The risotto is cheesy and creamy and pairs great with the savory steak coated in that tangy red wine sauce. If you give this recipe a try, let me know how it turned out in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more delicious recipes. I'll see you guys in the next one.